If you have been closely observing the NASCAR season over these recent weeks, you likely sensed it as well. There is an unusual atmosphere in the garage currently, as if something is subtly transforming. Something that numerous individuals within the sport did not anticipate occurring this rapidly. And the most astonishing aspect is that it is not merely a single incident. It is not merely one competition. It is not merely one outcome. There are actually two separate narratives unfolding right now within the Cup Series. And when you combine them, they reveal a much larger story about what could be approaching for the remainder of this season. One of these occurred during a race where everything appeared entirely concluded. There was smoke, spins, and turmoil. The type of moment where you presume a competitor's day is finished, but somehow it was not. And the other narrative has insiders, competitors, and individuals around the garage beginning to recognize that a particular driver might be acquiring knowledge in NASCAR much quicker than anyone forecasted. And if that pattern continues, it could significantly alter how individuals perceive the championship landscape this year. We are going to analyze both of these narratives because together they communicate a great deal about what is truly occurring in the Cup Series presently. But briefly, if you are a genuine NASCAR enthusiast and you enjoy discussing what is happening around the garage weekly, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. This platform is freshly launched, and the objective currently is to grow our community with authentic NASCAR supporters who adore the sport as much as we do. Let's begin with the initial narrative, because this one had numerous individuals in the garage questioning. We are discussing Shane Van Gisbergen and piloting the number 97 Chevrolet for Trackhouse Racing and what he has been accomplishing to commence the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series season. After merely 4 competitions, Van Gisbergen is positioned 5th in the championship standings. And if you have been around NASCAR sufficiently long, you recognize why that is unexpected. When SVG initially entered the Cup Series, the primary question everyone possessed was straightforward. Can he truly accomplish this on ovals? We all understood what he could accomplish on road courses. That was never the discussion. But NASCAR is an entirely different creature when you are discussing week after week oval competition. And yet here we are 4 competitions into the season and he is 5th in points. Even seasoned NASCAR insiders are beginning to take notice. On the podcast The Teardown, journalists Jeff Gluck and Jordan Bianchi were discussing the early surprises of the season. And Gluck did not hesitate when Van Gisbergen's name appeared. He stated that when you examine the pleasant surprises so far this year, SVG has to be at the top of that list. Gluck acknowledged he could not believe the standings, 4 competitions in, and still 5th in points. But what truly captured individuals' attention occurred at Phoenix Raceway. During the competition, Van Gisbergen spun out, and from the press box, it appeared like his entire day was concluded. Gluck explained that from where he was positioned, he observed the smoke and the spin and immediately thought the race was over for him. He stated he looked down and realized it was SVG and thought that was not good for him. Part of the reason he thought that is because Van Gisbergen is still under scrutiny when it comes to oval competition. There are still individuals prepared to jump on social media and state he cannot drive on ovals. So when that spin occurred, Gluck assumed the critics were about to have a lot to say, but then something unexpected occurred. Instead of fading away in the field, Shane Van Gisbergen battled his way back and finished 11th. Even Gluck acknowledged he still does not comprehend precisely how it happened. He stated that during one of the late restarts, he looked at the scoring pylon and suddenly SVG was back inside the fight. He even speculated that maybe the team took 2 tires during a restart to gain track position because suddenly Van Gisbergen was much further forward than anticipated. And that type of recovery is the type of thing individuals inside NASCAR notice. Jordan Bianchi added something intriguing to that conversation. He stated, when you talk to other drivers in the garage, they are actually impressed by Van Gisbergen's ability. And that says a lot, because those drivers understand exactly how challenging it is to transition from another form of competition into the NASCAR Cup Series. Bianchi explained that even though SVG built his reputation on road courses, drivers can see that the skills can translate if the driver is willing to put in the effort. And according to what individuals in the garage are observing, he is putting in the effort. He is learning. He is adapting, and most importantly, he is improving every single competition. Now, both Gluck and Bianchi also made it clear that the real examination is still approaching. The schedule ahead includes Las Vegas Motor Speedway and Darlington Raceway. Those tracks will tell us a lot more about whether this early momentum can continue. But still, finishing 11th at Phoenix, after spinning and appearing like your day was over, definitely captured individuals' attention. Now that leads us to the second narrative, and this one helps explain why the first narrative might not be a coincidence. Earlier in the 2026 season, Shane van Gisbergen delivered what may be the clearest indication yet of his development on ovals. At Atlanta Motor Speedway, piloting the same number 97 Trackhouse Racing Chevrolet, SVG secured a 6th-place result. That outcome became the finest oval result of his NASCAR Cup Series career. What makes that outcome even more remarkable is that the competition itself was not perfect. Van Gisbergen actually spun twice during the event, 2 spins, and he still finished 6th. That demonstrates how much his racecraft on ovals has improved. He is beginning to comprehend things that are critical in NASCAR oval competition, such as vehicle balance, tire management during extended runs, and how to compete inside the pack. If you observe NASCAR closely, you recognize that competing in a pack on ovals is very different from what drivers experience in many other series. There are numerous small details including air movement, drafting, timing runs, and protecting your position while still advancing. Van Gisbergen himself has acknowledged that oval competition requires numerous intricate details that he is still acquiring knowledge of, but he has also explained his approach. He treats every competition as an opportunity to build a notebook. That means gathering information, learning what works, learning what does not work, and slowly becoming more comfortable in these situations. We already observed indications of that progress at the conclusion of last season. In late 2025, he secured a 10th-place result at Kansas Speedway, which was already a significant step forward at the time. Now, in 2026, the 6th-place result at Atlanta demonstrates that the progress is continuing. His primary objective this season is consistency. He desires to start assembling regular top 10 results on ovals. If he can accomplish that, it completely transforms his opportunities in the championship, particularly with NASCAR's playoff format, where accumulating points and remaining competitive throughout the season becomes extremely important. Currently with a top 5 position in the standings after 4 competitions, he is doing exactly that. He is accumulating points. He is accumulating confidence, and he is accumulating respect from the drivers around him. Van Gisbergen has acknowledged that he is still acquiring knowledge of the nuances of drafting, but his confidence and velocity on ovals have clearly improved. And when you consider it, that is a pretty frightening thought for the remainder of the field. Everyone already recognizes how dangerous he is on road courses. So if he continues improving on ovals the way he has so far in 2026, he could become a serious threat across the entire schedule. That is why these 2 narratives matter. It is not just about one comeback at Phoenix. It is not just about one 6th-place result at Atlanta. It is about a driver who numerous individuals thought would struggle on ovals, quietly demonstrating that he is figuring it out quicker than anticipated. And if that learning progression keeps going the way it is currently, the remainder of the NASCAR Cup Series might have to start viewing Shane van Gisbergen differently, because this may no longer be just a road course specialist. This may be a driver who is becoming a complete NASCAR contender, and honestly, as supporters, That is something thrilling to observe. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you believe Shane van Gisbergen can become a consistent contender on ovals this season? Or do you believe the more challenging tracks approaching like Las Vegas and Darlington will be the genuine examination? Share your thoughts in the comments because I always enjoy hearing what other NASCAR enthusiasts think about these situations. And if you appreciated this analysis, do not forget to like the video. Also, subscribe to the channel. This is a freshly launched platform, and the objective currently is to grow our community with supporters who adore NASCAR just as much as we do. If you are the type of enthusiast who enjoys discussing what is truly happening around the garage weekly, you are definitely in the right place. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.